Hello, my name is Nelson Alvarenga. Let me get centered here. And today I want to ask you a question. My question to you is this. Okay. Um, is it possible to be free and remain free from an addiction for the rest of your life to the point that you hate it, to the point that it makes you sick to think about what you used to do in that addiction. I want you to think about that. I really want you to think about that because I think it's an excellent question. It's a question of vision. It's a question of what do you want. If you are in an addiction, the big question that you may not have a clear vision of what you want, the outcome, the result that you want. You see? And so I want to help you come up with that. Is your vision to be free? Number one. You may say yes, but the question is not only to be free. Do you want to be free from that addiction, from the desires of the addiction for the rest of your life? Not only do you want to be free from the desires of the addiction for the rest of your life, but do you want to hate it? Do you want to be free in such a way that when you're reminded of it, let's say you're free already, you're free from the addiction, but you see things that remind you of it. You hear about things that remind you. There are what used to be triggers. They're still out there. You know, you're living your life and you see these things. But when you see them, then you really dislike them. You don't like them at all. It sort of makes you nauseous when you think about what you used to do, when you see these things that you used to love that you now don't. So that's my big question for you. I'm going to say a little bit more about this later on, but for now I want you to think about it. What is your vision that you have? What is it? What is the outcome that you want if you are in an addiction? So you know there's an addiction that you have. What do you want? Do you want to be free? Because here's what I want to say. There are people that don't have a clear vision of the results or the outcome that they want in an addiction. They just know that they're addicted to something and they don't want it anymore. That's what they know. But my challenge to you is go farther than that, because the people that think that they don't want it anymore, what's their vision? What is their vision? They don't want it. Okay, so you don't want it. Great. But what do you then want? So you could say, because see, there are people that are sober for a while. They can be sober from their addiction for years, but then they give into it after so many years. So my question to you is that what you want? Do you want to be free for some time? But during the time that you're free from the addiction, do you want to have strong desires for that addiction, or do you just want to hate it? You want to be like, ugh, I don't want this anymore. I just hate it. What do you want? That's big. That's huge. Have a clear vision for what you want. Look, there are people that are sober for some time, but then they give in to the addiction. And why is that? Well, because, for me personally, I would be free for a while and then I would give in to the addiction. That happened constantly for a long time. But when God set me free completely from my addiction, then I didn't want it anymore. I was like, oh, I am done with this forever, for the rest of my life. So my challenge to you is that possible? Is it possible for you to be free and remain free from the strong desires of an addiction for the rest of your life, to the point that you are disgusted by it? when you think about it. That's free. That's freedom forever. Think about it.